Hi girls, welcome to the first ever episode of the MERRACHI podcast. My name is Neda MERRACHI and I'm the founder of modest fashion brand MERRACHI. Today we are in the MERRACHI living room and I'm sitting on the couch having some tea. We are going to talk about a lot of subjects, but today's episode is about sisterhood because sisterhood for me means a lot. And sometimes girls really show up in your life, not only by blood, but also by fate and like in the most unexpected ways. And with MERRACHI, we also really trying to build a community of different kind of girls, different sisters. So I really want to have a talk that feels real. And I was thinking about who is this girl that I can have this conversation with. And I immediately thought about a girl that is part of our community since day one. She really feels like a sister to me. Let's see if she's available. Aamani, welcome.
Hi,
welcome to
thank
the
you.
MERRACHI living room.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, I'm really happy to have you.
Thank you.
First, what we always start with in the MERRACHI living room is some tea. Do you want some ete?
Of course.
Yeah, I will make you some ete.
Higher, higher, higher. Yes, of course, like a real Moroccan. Neda.
Yeah, I know, but I...
ويلي حشمتينا. بسم الله.
Bismillah.
عندك كسوتي عندك.
Tastes nice. It's only a little bit not sweet.
مسوس بحالك. Neda.
You don't like my tea?
No, I like it. It's
You don't
very
like your
healthy.
tea? You like it not salty?
Salty. No, I prefer.
Guys, you know what it is? Because sweet. Because Aamani is Dutch and I'm Dutch.
Yes.
It's so weird to talk English
Yeah,
to each other.
it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So you know what it is, guys? Please don't like be hard in the comments.
Yes.
We are trying our best, and
Yes.
we know we have a Dutch accent. You don't have to tell us.
Yes,
Right?
indeed. And we try to talk English so everyone understands us.
Yeah, that's the reason. Because a lot of times people say like, "Why are you talking English? Like you're Dutch." But it's just because, and that's also what we are going to talk about. We are creating a sisterhood, and like not everybody speaks Dutch.
True.
Like we need to talk English so we will
Include
figure out-
everyone.
We can include everyone,
Yeah,
indeed.
That's true.
But thank you for coming, girl.
You're welcome. I'm more than honored to be here.
Oh, thank you. This is the first episode, and I have you on the first episodes. Why? Because you feel like a sister to me.
Thank you.
You're really one of the first girls that was like in MERRACHI, supporting MERRACHI, and
True.
the first episode is about sisterhood. So I thought you are the perfect match for this.
Thank you.
this,
Thank
one.
you. Oh, that's sweet.
So today is about sisterhood.
Yes.
Why? It's because, like I said, we are creating a sisterhood.
Mhm.
And I feel like a lot of times people think sisters is like always by blood.
Yeah.
But I don't think we have to think about it like that. Sisterhood is not only by blood. It's really like everyone is your sister. And like even in the Muslim community, like we're all
Mhm.
sisters, right? It's
Mhm.
not just by blood. No, it's true. Like I
It
really
is
see
true.
everyone as my sister. Like
Yeah.
I want the best for everyone. Do you have a sister, like a real sister?
Yes, I
Yeah?
have one. I have two
Oh.
bigger ones
Yeah?
and one little one. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
How is that? So you are the middle child.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yeah, actually I am because my father and my mother, they are not together anymore.
Yeah.
So I have two older sisters from another mother.
Yeah.
And I have one little sister from another mister.
Many. Okay, you're making me laugh so much.
Yeah.
Okay. So from another mister. Another mister. No,
that's-
okay, but how is it
that's
to
how I
have two sisters that are not like half sisters? They are
Yeah,
half
they're-
sisters. Do they feel really like your own
No,
sister?
no. They're like my sisters. We don't have that at home, like half sister or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that. We're all very good with each other. But there is like a big age gap. So
How old are you?
I'm 26, but by the time you will watch it, I will be 27, inshallah.
Yeah,
so
it's
I will
almost.
be
How does it
20
feel to be almost 27? Like I'm asking you this, like if you're old, but I'm asking it because for me, my 27. I'm also 27 now,
Uh-huh,
and
yeah.
I'm going to turn 28 this year, and I'm like, am I old?
No, we are not. We are
Like
not, of course
sometimes
not.
I feel old. Like I'm like,
Really?
yeah.
Mm,
I have two kids.
Yeah.
I have a business.
Allah Barak, you
Alhamdulillah.
have.
But also like, I don't know. I almost 30. I don't know.
No, it's really like, it's pushing 30, but 30 is also young.
I heard people say 30 is the
Is the
nicest.
best. Yes,
It's the best.
yes. And my mom used to tell me, with every age there will be like a special thing. Like on my 26th, I became a mom. 25, I'm married.
True.
Like you know what I mean. So every time you have like a highlight of that phase that you're in, and I think we can take that as like, I'm turning 30. I can have.
But do you not have the feeling like that you're going to miss being in your 20s?
Oh,
I'm afraid to be.
I miss it
30s.
already. I miss it already. Yeah, and I'm 27. Yeah, because it was like, it reminds me. I think the best year for me, and I think for a lot of people, was 2016.
Yeah, I see that now. That's the thing, right? Going back to, I went to in my album, and like 2016 was my year. Yeah, indeed.
Right. So I'm like, that phase I miss. It was like, I was not thinking about everything seriously. I was just living life.
But
I
do think in general you take life a little bit like with a little bit of salt. Yeah.
Actually, yes. But I also have like a very serious side. So overall, I try to be very positive.
Mm-hmm. You're a very positive person.
Yes,
I think that's something, Allah Barak, a lot of girls can learn from you. Like,
really?
Yeah, you also, every situation you see it in the past. I see you as really positive. You are always like, Aamani walking into a room is always happy.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's
I do
true.
think a lot of people will say that. Like,
Really?
I never saw you angry or something.
It depends. Also, it depends on the vibe.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I'm getting a DM like, oh my God, I saw you and you were like looking very angry.
But that's maybe your face expression?
Probably I didn't have my glasses on. That's the real reason.
I really thought there was going to come something serious.
Because most of the time when I'm outside, I'm like, I'm looking at places. I'm not seeing the things clear.
Yeah.
But also, I'm very bubbly, and when I'm serious, they're like, ooh, like.
Yeah. Do you think your mood changed when you became a mother? Because you became a mother lately.
Yes. I think I'm very soft. I'm softer. Yes. It changed me so much, Neda. It's so weird, but yeah, I really became softer, and I think more understanding. And I see the world very different now.
Yeah?
Very different.
In which way?
So I think because now I have like a whole other priorities, like my son. So for me, I try to be the best version of myself. So that means that I have to take care of myself, my health, my well-being, so I can be the best mom.
Yeah, for sure.
So that means eating healthy. That means taking time also for myself. That means...
Which sometimes we take for granted, right? As mothers, you don't always... You put yourself on the second place. Like, I did that a lot. Like when I was pregnant, I gained 30 kilo because I was only sitting at home, eating and everything. But also when I gave birth, I didn't give it a priority to lose weight.
Yeah.
And then at one point, I'm like, but Neda, you also have your own personality. Like, I know you're a mom and you're a wife and everything, but you also need to take care of yourself. I think a lot of women forget that sometimes.
Especially if you're like a first-time mom. Then your whole character, your whole identity is, hi, I'm a mom. It's not like, hi, I'm Aamani. It's like, hi, I'm a mom. So, but it's a part of me now. Yeah. But I keep reminding myself, like, if you want to be the best mom for DN, you have to be like the best version of yourself.
Which is a beautiful name, by the way. When I heard his name, DN, I was like, whoa, that's a nice name.
Yeah. So I was like, my mom.
Yeah.
She asked ChatGPT.
She was like, which boy's name is the best?
This is going to be a scoop because everyone is asking me like, how did you find this name?
Yeah.
So
my son's name is Dean, and also my mom came up with it, with Dean.
So I wanted Dean.
Yeah.
Then I was like, everyone is calling their son Dean right now, and a friend of mine, she just gave birth and she took the name Dean because I really wanted Dean.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, I want something that I never heard, but I like, and I like the meaning behind it.
What's the meaning behind it?
It's dedication to Allah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, also, why didn't someone earlier took this name? Because I never heard it.
Me to be honest.
My mom, what did she do? She asked ChatGPT, give me all the...
Yeah.
She was asking ChatGPT, give me all the good words.
Mm-hmm.
So not names, but words from the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
But it has like a good meaning or like a special meaning, which you don't hear often. So ChatGPT gave her like a full list. The moment that I saw Diane, I send her like the message, Diane with heart eyes, heart eyes, heart eyes.
Yeah, I love the name. But Aamani, I also want to go a little bit back to the younger Aamani.
Yes.
Like when because you're a mother now.
Yeah.
And I think you're doing so great as a mom.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. But also, before you became a mom, of course, what you just said before, like every stadium in your life has his own phase. And like from little Aamani to now, like I think there were a lot of versions of you. How were you as, like, for example, a teenager?
Oh, this is a very good question. I think the opposite of what I am today.
Yeah?
Yes, because for example,
Did you have a lot of friends?
Yes, I actually had.
Yeah?
I had a lot of friends, and now I'm like very minimalistic with my friends. But I had a lot of friends, and I remember I have like a funny story to tell. When I was in high school, the first day, I was a kid. I loved watching films.
Yeah.
I loved watching high school films and all the things you see on like TV and DVD, like High School Musical. I was the girl. I didn't want to be Gabriella. I wanted to be Sharpay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to know. But I was like, when I was little, I was a chubby kid,
Mm-hmm.
and the moment that I went to high school, I lost a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
But in my head, I was still like the chubby kid.
Yeah.
But I had like attitude, and I was like very confident.
Yeah, but you're pretty.
No. Girl, I had one unibrow and my teeth were broken.
Really?
So yeah, but
I
was chubby.
Yeah.
But then I outgrew the chubbiness and I went to high school. And the first day I was like, I want to be Sharpay, right?
Yeah.
In my head.
Yeah.
So I remember that I went to 2 random girls on school and I was like, hi girls. So from today.
There was a movie in your head.
Listen, and I swear, this is not a joke. This is not a lie. Wait. I'm like, hi girls. So I know we all want to be popular. So tomorrow, you're not wearing this, you're not wearing that. We're wearing pink and all in sync. And many over out. And I was like,
yeah, and then what happened?
The next day they didn't came in pink and they just and I'm like, girls, how do you want to be popular like this?
Where's the dress code?
Where's the dress? I was like, what's happening with this high school?
You're dying. Me.
Yeah,
you're
but literally me. And now I'm like, I cringe for myself, but it just it's funny because in my head I thought like, isn't this high school? This is like sisterhood, no? This is like, we're like a groupie, and we call like. In my head, it was so.
So you thought that was sisterhood for you?
Yes, of course. I was like, we have to have like this, this forced friendship. This we're sisters because we match clothing.
Yeah.
But that was like I was 12 years old, obviously.
Yeah.
But now I think a lot different than
what's sisterhood now for you?
It's more than matching clothes. It's I think sisterhood, it starts with yourself.
Yeah.
I think you have to love yourself and have self-care so you can be a safe place for someone else.
Yeah, true. Because what do you think about the fact that online, like, of course, we're creating a sisterhood with MERRACHI also in community, but I also see a lot of times, and I just need to be honest, like, some girls are not nice to each other.
Some girls.
There are a lot of mean girls, but I think, like, it's not necessary. The world's already so hard. Like, people are, like, why? We really need to be more united.
That's what I was saying. Like, it starts with self-love and self-care, because if you don't do that, there is room for hate and for mean things. The moment that you are not content with yourself, you can
reflect it on other people. I agree on that.
Yes,
to be honest.
So there are a lot of mean girls, and they are there. Like, sometimes I'm also mean, but then I reflect. I'm like, yeah, today it was not a good day for me.
Yeah,
and
I must say, I'm never mean to another girl, because I know how it is. Like, when we talk about high school, I know how it is when people are mean to you. You know, but I'm an introvert, by the way.
Yeah,
and I was not a very popular girl, but it's not nice to be not nice to people.
I understand, but I think it all starts. You see, I have also, like, my job is a little bit different. Sometimes people, they take advantage of your goodness.
Yeah,
and if you don't draw the line, or if you're with a mean girl and she's being mean to you, and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm not going to say something. That's also not the thing that you have to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but how are you dealing with it? Because of course you're also a public figure, you're an influencer. How do you deal with it when you get like these hate comments from girls? When you think like, you should be my sister, why are you saying these things to me and about me?
You want an honest answer or a political correct answer?
No, I want an honest answer. I'm really curious how you... because how I feel it, because when I get it, I must say I don't get a lot of negative comments.
Me neither, actually.
No?
Me neither, no. Sometimes I get messages, and for me is, what you give to me, you'll receive it back. If you give me love, I will give you love. If you give me like a backhanded comment, if I have time, I will comment on you. If you're like disrespectful, don't expect me to be very polite and respectful back. That's my honest answer. We're being honest here, right? So I'm not going to say, I just ignore it, because sometimes it really depends on how I'm feeling. And you have to know, like, the last months I was pregnant also.
You were very...
I was very hormonal.
Yeah.
Hormonal?
Yeah,
you hormonal.
Saying is right.
So I was like, if you're being mean to me, I'm going to be mean back. But that's that was how I responded.
My response is, to be honest, if someone is mean to me, I just ignore it, to be honest.
Now that I'm like normal again,
I think maybe because now, if you're a mom, you also view the world a little bit different. I think you get a little bit more mature.
Yes,
right.
That's why I was telling you, like, my whole view changed.
Yeah.
But in the past years, I was like, and especially during my pregnancy, I was like, vroom, vroom. I was like,
it was like,
it was too. And also because in my mind, I'm like, why there is no sisterhood? Like, I don't have to be the same way as you are to be respected. Leave me in my dignity, respect me like I respect you.
Yeah.
That's actually the reason why I clapped back, because I'm like, I would never make like a fake account and start reacting to people that I hate, or I hate no one.
Me too.
I hate no one.
I seriously, I thought about it, like, do I hate someone? I don't.
I really don't. It's just some people are not my cup of tea, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because I am not also everyone's cup of tea, and that's also okay.
That's also okay. You don't have to like everyone.
Yeah.
But also, that's so true what you're saying. I have the same, like, we can be respectful to each other without hating on each other, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Do you remember your first Ramadan with your sisters, or like a childhood memory? Like, what was your favorite childhood memory during Ramadan? Because were you a big family, like in one house, or were your parents were separated, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
I have like a very big family. So my Moroccan side lives in Belgium. So I have a very big family. So in Ramadan, we all come together at my grandparents' place. And it's eating together and going to the mosque together. For me, even my hijab journey, it's so...
Oh, what's your hijab journey, actually? I don't know.
It started with MERRACHI, girl.
Really?
Yes. No, like I first...
I don't remember you without hijab, though.
Oh, but that's
I didn't
good.
know you, right? Did we know each other?
Yes, we knew each other. No, like, it's not like we know each other. You know...
Like, did I forget something?
No, like, I remember you, of course, without hijab.
Yeah.
I was not very active on social media without the hijab. I was on social media, but not very active like now.
Mm-hmm.
So one time I was like, I really want to wear the hijab. It was just a feeling that I had. And I was like, okay, let me go to Swatchan and Abdelstraat to find me the perfect hijab. Girl, I was like, no. Everything was like hanging and you see my hair, and I was like, okay. And then MERRACHI, the first collection came out, and I placed an order. And then you sent me a DM. You're like, why are you buying MERRACHI? I'm going to send you a package.
Why? I don't remember this story.
Yes. Look at your DMs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you buying? No, I tagged you. It was like this. I tagged you and I was like, oh my God, my first hijab unboxing. Yeah. And then you're like, why are you buying it? I'm going to send you a couple of scarves from the collection. I was like, oh my God, yeah. And then you send it to me. And from that moment, you kept sending me and I kept wearing it because that's the only... For me, MERRACHI made my hijab journey
easier.
A lot easier, Nada. A lot easier.
I can imagine because when I first started wearing a hijab, it was like crazy. Like I was, I'm going to show you the pictures later. Like how I looked was crazy.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I was there.
Like the journey. Oh my God! Like with the pashmina scarves and stuff like that.
MERRACHI is a movement.
Yeah,
it is, because the style, the materials, everything is unique, and it's like you can spot a MERRACHI girl from far.
Yeah, true. But that's why I say we are all sisters. Like, you really see. Like, I saw a funny comment. Like that, you know, when we go every year to Morocco, you really spot the Dutch people from the French, and now everyone looks the same. And somebody was like, "Oh, I cannot see if somebody is from France anymore because they all where's Morocco? Everyone wears the same thing."
Yeah, it's true. And also for me, if I see someone with a MERRACHI scarf, I'm like.
Yeah, you're like you're like easier to say hey to someone.
Yes, it's so because in my head we know each other.
Yeah. Because so you wear the same thing, right? Like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, last collection, I know. I was like, that's such a vibe, and I think that's very cool. Allahumma barik that you made that happen. Allahumma barik, Allahumma barik. It's a very, very, very nice thing to have also, and believe it or not, you and the brand made my journey, my hijab journey, very, very easy.
This makes me shy.
Yeah, you are a shy person, Aslan. But but not with everyone. Eh?
I'm not shy with everyone. No,
she's not shy with me.
I'm not shy with you. No, but overall, I'm quite introvert. You are extrovert, right?
Actually, I am an extrovert.
Yeah.
But I'm not comfortable at everyone.
Yeah?
For me, it's just like a mask.
I really got the feeling from you that you're comfortable with everyone.
No.
No? No. But it's easy for you to hold a conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's easy because
I also think you make very quickly friends.
Ooh,
do you?
No.
No?
No. Actually not. Because for me, I can be friendly with everyone.
Yeah.
But not everyone can be my friend. Especially now.
What makes someone a friend for you?
A friend is someone who can understand you, and who is loyal.
Mm-hmm.
For me, loyalty is everything.
Yeah,
in,
of course.
in everything, like friendship, love, family. Loyalty is a very big thing, and respect is also something. So I want to be 100% myself with you without thinking, oh, maybe she can't understand me, or think that I have like a bad intention or something.
Yeah.
I want to be just me without any masks, and then I know like you're my friend, and you can count on me, and I can count on you.
Yeah, of course.
But that, I think those three things are the main things.
But I think if somebody is friends with you, you're quite a good friend.
Yes.
I think you are a very good friend. You're very loyal, I think.
Yes.
Because, guys, I don't know, like, how you see Aamani online, that's like how you really are. I do people think, like, sometimes maybe it's, you're not really like that, but you're really like that. Like, you're just yourself.
I am myself on social media, but there is also Aamani in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So Aamani on social media is me, is a part of me, but it's not like Aamani 100%.
Yeah.
And that's normal. Like
when
I'm with my friends, I'm like even more bubbly and
crazy.
And when but yeah, I cannot be like on social media.
But you have ADHD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, but I like that.
Yeah.
I know some people think it's like they can't deal with it or something, but I do think ADHD is a good thing. You know that because you can go further than somebody else go because you have more energy, you can talk more. I really do think it's a strength. Who is the first person you go to when you have something on your heart, or like when something is heavy on you, when you feel emotional, when you feel honor? Like, who is the first person you go to? Your mom, maybe, because I know you have a good relationship.
Yeah. So first one, my mom. Like my mom is my rock. I can tell her everything, and she will always advise me, and she will always want the best for me. Obviously, it's my mom.
Yeah.
And it took me a lot of years to understand this and to know this, because when I was younger, I was like, yeah, my mom doesn't like you, but I like you. And now it's like, oh, my mom doesn't like you.
Okay, Aamani, I have some questions for you, and these questions are not made by me. They are actually made by the community themselves, by the sisters.
Nice. I'm very excited.
So they sent us some questions, and I'm going to ask you some, and then you can answer.
Okay.
So first question.
Yes.
It's actually about everything. It's not only about sisterhood. Does wearing the hijab got easier?
Yes. Alhamdulillah. Yes? I had a phase. Yeah. I think we all have a phase. But I had a phase that I was thinking about taking it off. Mm-hmm. But alhamdulillah, I never took it off full time. Like, took it off. And I can tell everyone who is listening, if you're wearing the hijab, there can be a phase, there can be a struggle, a big struggle. But I promise you, it's just a phase. I do think everyone will experience that phase. And I think it's important in that moment that you don't listen to that person that's talking in your head, because I do think we have a voice in our head that's talking to us. Plus shaitan. Yeah. But also the voice, And that's shaitan, the voice. Yeah. You should not listen to that voice, because in the end, I had a really long time, I had this phase of wanting to take it off. And then I didn't do it, and like really shuha. For example, I'm yeah, I know. People will say thinking, that, but really. That's not the reason, though. Imagine, yeah. You have to start a podcast because these are things we need to talk about. Yeah, it's just like the people are always curious of something they don't see. Yeah, they don't see your husband. So they're very, very... Even me. But you know he's part of the girls. Why I say that is he's also part of our sisterhood, because he really has a passion for this brand. I think people don't know. Your husband? Yeah. He came up with the idea to start MERRACHI. And like... Really? Yeah, he did. And then
he went to his mother when we got engaged. He was like, Mama, do you also struggle with the hijab? And his mother was like, yes, I do. I get sometimes questions. He was like, oh, I never knew this. And from that moment, he was so passionate about MERRACHI. He was like, we need to make this easier for the girls. We need to make them easier to address mothers. Like, it's so funny.
But the name MERRACHI, where is it like? Is it like a last name, or is it like?
It's my father's last name. I don't think people know that. People think it's really just a random name, but it's my father's name. But like, it sounds cool. It's MERRACHI.
It's very cool, of course. There are a lot of people. They ask it like, what is it? Like, maybe it's the last name of her husband, or like
no.
But so finally we have answer. MERRACHI is the last name from your father.
From my father. Yeah, and I actually didn't want to name MERRACHI.
What did you want to do?
I wanted to name it the Modesty Movement. I know, very random. But I thought this is a modesty movement that we are doing.
Yeah.
And then my husband was, no. We need to call it MERRACHI. I was like, and at first it was weird because I thought like, that's my last name. I don't want to call it my last name.
Yeah.
But the more I was saying it, the more I was like, yeah, that sounds good. You want to ask me a question?
Yes, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
Twits. Hannah Montana. I loved Hannah Montana. You?
Same.
Yeah. I think the movies like back in the days were so much nicer than now.
So much nicer.
Like everything what we were just saying, like this team is connecting well. Like everything was about sisterhood.
True.
Hannah Montana, but we're watching more. Like so many nice things. Okay, ask me.
So I have actually 2 questions because this one and my question are like similar. Do you have a lot of friends?
No. I don't have any friends. You're my friend.
Same, yeah. Same.
No, but you know what it is? People always say like, oh, you don't feel lonely, you don't have friends. It's not like that. Like, I have my kids, I have my husband. Like, there are a lot of people that want to hang out with me. I don't have time. And also, I like to hang out with people that I feel. I'm a feelings person. You know, if I have a good feeling with you, I can hang out with you. But I don't have a lot of times good feelings with people.
No.
Like, you know what it is? I don't know if you have the same, but when you're a person like on social media and everything, I don't feel like connections are sometimes real. And I'm very like, I distance myself from that.
Yeah.
But there are some girls that like over time became friends.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that.
Like me.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, that's a very good answer. For me, the same.
Yeah.
I have my niece beside of my mom because my mom is also my friend. But my niece, she's like my all.
Yeah.
She knows everything from me. She's my all. I can go through fire for her. Yeah.
It's
I
beautiful
hope, inshallah, if I have a daughter, she will be like her.
You want a daughter?
Inshallah, of course.
Inshallah?
I just have like a son.
Yeah. Are you a boy's mom or do you consider yourself a girl?
I really don't know. I have to have a girl to know.
That's true.
Yeah. Do you want a girl?
Yes.
Still.
Yes,
do you want
inshallah.
still children? You just still want
I do want a third one. Yeah.
Yes, inshallah.
Inshallah. I don't think the family is complete with 2 boys. Yeah. But yeah, imagine getting another boy.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Indeed.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think whatever Allah gives you is
whatever is good for you.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your ick in a friendship or in sisterhood?
Good question. Like, let's start with, I think I will always be a sister to everyone. Why? Because I try to create a community of sisters.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my ick would be if girls are mean. I don't like mean girls. I'm a girl's girl.
Same.
No, really. Like I also am very allergic for people that think they are better than someone else.
Yeah.
In general, to be honest, not only with sisters. Like in general, I'm really like we are all the same. I don't like people that like try to be like better. Like I'm very humble. I think I can say that.
Yes, you are.
So I like people also to be humble. I don't like people that are not humble. I think that's an ick. And also, if people want to go in your business, I don't like that. I like to be like, okay, we're just girls, girls having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like we don't have to be with each other always to feel the love and connection. You know, for example, you and me, like we don't have to talk about with each other every day, but if
No.
we see each other, we are
Yeah.
like, yay,
Yes,
you
of
know,
course.
we
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
it's just fun. And I do think lately that people really see sisterhood as like you have to be with each other every day, you have to be friends every day, like, but like everyone has his own life.
True.
And also with my other friends, like everyone has his own life. I'm busy, I have a business, you have a partner, like we can have our own life, and when we see each other, it's like all fun, and you know, we only speak good about each other.
True.
And not bad. I think the most important thing is like speak good about each other and not talk about each other's back. Have each other's back.
True.
Don't talk about each other. Like I do see sometimes also online that people are like hating on each other, when I think like uplift each other. That I
Of
think we will get
course.
further in society when we are good and when we uplift other girls.
True. That's so true. Like even in the comments and everything, like our prophet said, sorry, if you don't have anything positive to say, just say nothing.
Just say nothing. My husband always jokes about it. He's like, it's nice that you're an introvert because you don't talk anyway, so you will not use your tongue in a bad way.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
It's really like, but it is true though.
Yeah.
Why would you hurt someone? You know it's hurting the person.
Yeah.
You know, like it's intentional. For example, if someone is like reacting on a post, for example, of us, and she's like, "Oh my God, you look so ugly or something."
Like,
you know, like
you don't have to be mean.
You don't have to be mean. For me, that's why I was saying to you, like, most of the time, if you're not happy with yourself, you reflect it on others, and but that's the biggest thing that I
also see that with other girls online, that they are taking down girls, for example, that are not dressing mothers. And I think that's beautiful about MERRACHI, is because that we not only for the mothers, like I really see sisterhood bigger than just mothers girls. I really see like I can have a conversation with everyone.
Of course. Hijab does not mean that we are better than the one with a blow dry. You're looking good, you're looking flawless, and you do you.
I think
I respect you, and you respect me.
You have a good character, because sometimes they, like what you say, like they bring each other down, like, and I think it's not needed. I see a lot of girls who are not wearing hijab, and I'm thinking like, you're also my sister, you know?
Of course. And maybe she's not wearing hijab, but she has a better bond with Allah than me.
Yes.
So who am I to judge? Like hijab these days, subhanallah, it doesn't say much of your akhlaq and your things.
I agree, because
but it actually has to.
But why? I agree. But why I think that is, before I started wearing a hijab, I also was a girl like, okay, I cannot define myself as a mother's girl. I was not a mother's girl, but in my head, I was like always like
Muslimah.
Yeah, and also trying to do my best and trying to be the best version of myself, the best person. So like how you look doesn't define how you are. I think that's also a thing. Okay, Aamani, thank you for being here in the living room. I really love to have some tea with you. Okay, Aamani, if you are the big sister from our community, which advice would you give to the girls? Or what do you want to say to them, like to uplift them?
So sisterhood starts with yourself. If you have self-care and self-love, you reflect it on others. So try to be kind for yourself and good for yourself, and so that you can be kind to others and uplift others and help others. It has to come from love.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that was my advice.
Wow, amazing. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. And like, if you think she has to do this podcast thing often, because I think it will be a very good thing to do.
I will. Inshallah. I think it's the first Mother's Girl podcast, which I love.
Yes. I love it.
Okay, Aamani, thank you.
You're welcome.